online learning. At WordCamp, there was another presentation which put together a few different products to cover one way to do courseware. But we're covering one that I'm covering one that is called Sensei that works directly with WooCommerce. It's pretty awesome. Some backstory. Back in the late 90s, I was the head of technology for a company called University Access, and we built an online learning, an LMS, a learning management system, to deliver courses for like UNC Chapel Hill, a bunch of Ivy League. I don't think my MBA would allow me to talk about it. So all the stuff we did back then, and by the way, bear with me, I'm coming off of last Friday I spoke to a bunch of kindergartners and read books, and my band played some songs, and they gave me a nice flu, so I'm keeping my distance. If I don't shake your hand, thank you for it. So I'll suffer through as best I can. My fever is normal now, which is great for the first time today. So at University Access, one of the challenges was to wasn't developing the courses, which was part of their business, but actually delivering the courses online. You imagine like 90s, there wasn't anything. So flash forward to now, I can buy this for a couple $100. Par for, like, feature for feature, what we spent all that time and a year building, now can be bought and runs on WooCommerce really nicely. So I'm not going to do slides because there's a lot to cover in this, and we try to keep this short. And the two things we ask, whoever would like to do a presentation next time, just send us a message. We're covering themes, and we're covering Storefront, Canvas, and the 16 theme as it relates to WooCommerce, and how you can use each one of those to make a nice store. So Chris is going to you're doing 2016, right? We need someone to do Storefront. If anyone can do Storefront, please see me after the meeting. The one after that, we have a lot of questions about customer service. And so we'll be covering integrating with different customer service applications like Zendesk and Freshdesk and things like that directly with your WooCommerce product.
And will you be covering your HTML interfaces?
We generally don't, because we usually use WordPress, but you absolutely could roll your own HTML interface if you wanted to.
Is it that complex?
It's not. I just find that the speed of market for using WordPress, and we use a tool called Canvas for a lot of websites for my company. We're in a little development shop here in town. And we've built sites that range to handle 10 million page views a month using this $99 tool called Canvas.
Cool.
So we'll cover these tools to deliver your stuff, but you can always roll your own HTML.
Well, if you're concerned with lightweight application.
We do pretty good with WordPress. Last year we delivered 600 million page views for my customers.
Right.
But yeah, everyone rolls their own thing.
Believe me, I'm not down on WordPress. I'm just looking for alternatives.
So Sensei is a WooCommerce extension. You can read about a lot of the features here. You can read tons of documentation. There's great videos. I will add these links to the site and in our famous WooCommerce Meetup website that we cover every month. So beautiful.
Right.
We will, I'm actually opening this up so you guys can go play with Sensei yourself. You'll be able to play, if you'll come in as a customer by buying a course, there's a Stripe fake credit card you can check out. And then I can make you a teacher if you want to try and build courseware and try that out. You know, some of you guys do deliver online courses here. So I'm going to dive right in and show you the back end of Sensei and then what the customer experience is like. And for those of you that have been here throughout, we've got like online tickets, we've got memberships, so tying in other concepts. You can have subscriptions, which gives you access to a course. You can have memberships, which give you discounts for like a discount club. Remember we covered the subscriptions and memberships in the third and fourth previous meetups. We're not going to get into that now because there's a lot in Sensei. So Sensei is a simple plugin to install. There is also what I've done here. I didn't want to build 7 courses and 8 quizzes and all this stuff. in the Sensei plugin, you actually have sample courseware. So what I'm going to be showing you is their sample courseware. I've just turned some of those into chargeable products. So you can, there's instructions for it if you Google Sensei, sample, data, work, or I'll add the link to it. I'll make it easier. So here's, you know how we like to go through things and say, here's the things that I wish they thought of in the first place. For some reason, even though it's a WooCommerce product, there are some settings here. I'll take you through what you have. You have a lot of granular settings to choose how you deliver courseware. You can say, I want my course to be, this course to be free, and this is a prerequisite for this next course, which you charge money for, and that is a prerequisite for the next course. You can build a curriculum to a certificate. There are also plugins for Sensei, which I don't have installed here, where upon graduation, you can get a certificate, which is a PDF. You have a nice tool to create your certificate, which gives them a certificate number and sends them a graduation certificate. So right here, you have some choices. You have the choice to make sure they have to be registered and logged in to even take a course, or you can make them purely front end, and they only have to register when they buy a course. You can choose whether your teachers can have private messages with the students or not. That depends on what you're trying to teach. You also have choices like most WooCommerce products of what you want your courses and your archive pages to be. And then a lot of options. I'm not going to go over all of them because of time constraints, but this is kind of cool. You can use a self-directed course and then let someone determine, say you're just giving out content, you want people to take it as you will, like training information, and you don't care if they are graded on this. They just read the stuff, they watch videos, you can even give them self-quizzes until they can reset the quiz and take it themselves. I'll show you this in the front end. But you can choose whether they can complete the course on their own accord, like I understand this now, I feel good about it, or where I have it set, once all the lessons have been completed. So there are gates. The hierarchy is, of course, course, lessons, and then within the lessons you have elements, and within those elements you can have quizzes, and quizzes can have questions. So it's a nice, logical WordPress hierarchy. It's admin defined. You choose how you want to set up your courseware. So let me go here. Email notifications. You can send a teacher when someone starts a course. You can send to a teacher when someone registers a course. There's all these options here for you. Again, this is all nice screenshot documentation on this, on the WooCommerce website for the extension. So you have analysis. I'm going to go through just top level things very briefly, and then I'll dive into actually taking a course, what it looks like. So here's what is Mike's taken. Mike guy has taken, he's got 80%. He's not doing very well. Grading. These are all the tests I've done of this sample data. And you can, everything is exportable too, so if you need to export this to a spreadsheet to keep track of your particular classes. You can say I'm in progress on using the fretboard and play guitar. In Woo Themes 101, I'm in progress. I passed parts of the guitar, so I passed a few of these classes. I'm a musician, so some of these were very entertaining for me. You've also got learner management. So let's say you want, this guy's unruly, I came out of class. Boo. So you can manage your learners, and you have a number of learners per class. So let's see in Create an Online Course. Also, if you don't make it automatically grade the quizzes, you have multiple choice, true, false. If you have a grade quiz where you have to submit a video, or you have a subjective versus objective grade, then you can actually click grading and you can put a grade in for what they submit. So some courses I've had to submit, music, I've had to submit Pro Tools sessions, and then someone grades that. This allows that as well. So you can remove from course if someone's causing trouble. Messages are private messages if you allow them between all the learners and the instructor. Date updates, and we'll get into in settings. So let's look at courses. Courses looks familiar to you guys as WordPress content. Here's what I've done. I said, okay, we're going to charge $10 for how to create an online course. And then as a prerequisite for a $20 course on how to sell your course online. Okay, so this is just a fictitious dollar sign. We'll go edit this and look at what a course consists of. So there's a top level WordPress course, this is your description of the course. You have what categories this course lives in, because imagine you have a whole school, you might have business, economics, accounting, gym. It'd be hard to gym online. Submit videos if you're working out. Not sure how that would work. Music, piano. So all of these are the categories that are in. And again, this is just sample data. You guys can install the software and install the sample data and have all this stuff. Who's the teacher? What course modules are included? This is where it ties in. So I've said this course, you have to buy that product in order to get into the courseware if you're a student. Now, if I don't do that, then the course is by default free. So remember, if you do try this out, the default setting, surprise me, make sure to say, tie this in with WooCommerce in your settings. That's the first thing I did. And then you get this product box to choose. Is there a course prerequisite? That can be, there's a plugin allowing more, but this is a single prerequisite model. So you can say this is a prerequisite for these two classes. So you can build your own tree, but I've done a very simple linear step-by-step process here. Whether you feature the course or not, and manage your learners and grading right in here. So here are the course lessons. And of course, again, the hierarchy, course, lesson. So within this, creating course content, that is a lesson. You'll see lessons are another custom post type here. It automatically opens. Here's the actual course. You put obviously whatever you want in it, video, music, pictures, lots of step-by-step processes, screenshots. If you're teaching someone how to use WooCommerce, you might have screenshots of all the different parts of it. I don't know why I didn't turn that off before I installed this module. I turn off comments and pingbacks by default. I just forgot before I do this. And lesson prerequisite. So, the lesson itself also has a prerequisite. So you can build your order of how this works.
You're enforcing prerequisites?
I am in this case, and I'll show you why, because each course has a step and then a quiz, a step and a quiz, a step and a quiz, and a completion. And this course, how to create your online course, is a prerequisite for selling your online course. And there are different prices as well.
Mike, can you go back just real quick?
To
the membership, the page before.
The course?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the membership there built into the Sensei, or
no? That's because
have the
in our previous lesson we have the membership.
Okay.
So I could create a membership plan saying, hey, if this is, imagine you're building something, you would never do this right now, of course. You're doing something like lynda.com, where you want to say you can join and you can have all these free courses, these 7 free courses, but if you want all these other courses, these are 100 each. But if you join as a member for $30 a month, they're 50 each. So you get recurring revenue plus you get a discount on each of those courses.
So to have this functionality, I have to have the plugin installed too.
Correct. You have the membership plugin. Same thing with subscriptions, right?
Okay.
So this allows you, as you can see, it allows you to get really granular about it. And then questions is a bank of questions that you can write in the. Let's find one here. Down at the bottom of every lesson, you can either pull in, quiz setting. This is very cool. Do you require someone to pass a certain grade in order to proceed to the next session? If so, what is the percentage of grade that you have to pass? Number of questions you're going to show, because you might have a bank of 50 questions, and you're going to show 10, and you can randomize it. This prevents collusion, even if, you don't want someone to sit side by side and do the quiz together. It's pretty neat. So you can say, if I have a bank of 50 questions, I can show 10, and I can randomize the question order. Do I want to automatically grade the quiz, or do I want to manually grade each one? If I check this, once someone submits a quiz, I get a message, I go in and I That's where the grading button came in that you saw earlier on the course side. And this is kind of neat. Some learning models allow you to try your learning, take the quiz, see the grade. If you don't pass, you can get hints or guidance, and then reset the quiz and do another attempt. So if you've got, this is kind of nice when you have a big bank of questions, like 20 questions, and you're only doing a 5-question quiz and you're randomizing. Depending on how well you paid attention, it's a good way to gauge. But if you got 3 right, it might tell you what's wrong with the 4, you can reset. You might not get the same questions, but if you do, at least you've learned that particular module of the entire quiz. So, question types. Multiple choice, here. You build the question, description, here's all the choices that are built in, and you can add more. So if you're a developer, you can add your own custom question types, including like upload, which would be kind of a neat one. Like, for this question, upload an image that you've edited in Photoshop to accomplish this goal. So you can give someone a blank image, have them download it, open it in Photoshop, submit it as an answer. Pretty neat. Actually, file upload is now built in. Look at that. This is the default Sensei. I haven't added any of the add-ons. So what used to be an add-on is now built in, I guess, as 1.9.3. So that's pretty powerful for, this is, I think it's let's see. Yeah, it's 129, I apologize, for a single site. That's a pretty powerful tool for $130. And whether you want to randomize the answer order, this is also another anti-collusion device. You can randomize questions, and you can randomize the question or the answer order in each one. So you'll have a different answer order for multiple choice 1 through 4 than you do, and that's also great for anti-collusion and memberships and stuff like that we talked about. So that's the highlight. And obviously questions is your question bank. You can assemble previous questions in your quiz for some nice things. If you're building courses based on similar material, previous material, I think there might be a neat marketplace for courseware that you could license out. If you develop high quality courseware, it would be neat to have I haven't found this, but it'd be great to have Sensei courseware that you could license out for a fee and then share that revenue with the person that bought it. Because there are affiliate programs and there are revenue share programs you can do in WooCommerce. We won't get into that today.
Can we see what some of these look like?
Absolutely. That was the next thing. So, I'm going to, again, remember the model we used before where you can switch users? So I made this Mike student user. And I'm going to just switch to that person. So now I have never been to the site before. I bought something here before, but I have no active subscriptions. I've got my courses. I have no active courses, start a course. So let's look at the courseware catalog, and you'll see how it organizes it. Basically, I don't have any featured image, but the featured image would be here, just like a normal, like a Post River. So I've got these courses: how to play a piano, Sensei theming, sell your course. You'll see there's prices on the side of these. And for those of you that are new, we're using Canvas with no settings change. This is like we just installed WordPress and put some plugins in. All of this stuff is very customizable, and there is a lesson on Sensei theming, which I will leave on here so you can actually look at that later on, and you can go learn about Sensei theming. There's huge documentation of it as well, so there's a lot of great, Robert, I don't know if you've looked at it yet, but there's, just like every other WooCommerce product, well, not everyone, but the more widely adopted one, there's a lot of really great hooks and filters you can hook into to get, and display things differently. The CSS is really great. So we can make this look awesome. Oh, sorry. Canvas is a theme. It's like a theme framework. So on this, I can't see the admin, of course, because now I'm a student. I'm nobody. I gotta buy a course to start doing stuff. So I can learn how to play the guitar though. Hey, that's free, right? and I could start taking this course. So once I start taking the course, it's going to take me to.
So the case thing is really plain basic.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what you can do with Canvas. You can make things pretty like that. Kind of nice. You can make things like this.
And I can start the video.
Yeah, Canvas is just like it says, like imagine a paint canvas. So like those couple sites were built, we build all our stuff on Canvas. So we've got 50, 60 sites on Canvas already for your own. So,
that's a digital.
It's a $100 framework, basically. Think about it like that. What it does for people that don't want to know a lot of code, it gives you an incredible amount of tools to do headers, footers, and we are going to cover that in the next meetup in April. We're going to we'll each have about 40 minutes to cover 2016 storefront.
That's right.
Okay, so, or someone will do storefront. That's the standard WooCommerce theme. But if you aren't just doing a store, I find that it's good to have other options as well. Storefront is designed if you're only doing an e-commerce store, but if you want to also have like a blog and you're also selling stuff, and you need a news site, you want video and all sorts of things, I find other tools are better for that. Back to stuff. So I can take the course and I click through here. There's a video to watch. Okay, so I watch the video, I read my stuff. Oh, there's lesson quiz. So this is what the student experience is like for a free course. What instrument are you learning in this series? Drums. I'm a drummer. What could happen to get cold guitar and a record deal? Ripping solos. What do you do to keep combat fatigue from playing the guitar? Keep playing. Get another guitar. Rest. I think I would keep playing myself, but so let's complete that. And I know I got one wrong on purpose. So I didn't pass. Requires 75 to pass this quiz. Reset it now. I got to do it again before I can proceed to the next course. So this particular course allows you to self-direct. It's free. You can go step by step. You can watch videos. You can read content. You can take a quiz. If you don't get it right, you can go back and read it again, or just take the quiz again and then proceed to the next time.
When you set the quiz, and you randomize it again, or
depends on the course settings. These courses are set very simple because they're free sample content.
okay, so they don't do that.
No, there's only 3 simple questions, and as you see, the same order apply here. But you can do whatever you want with your coursework. Very, very, very powerful and flexible to do that. So that's a free course. Okay, so let's go back to the courses overview, and let's look at one of the paid ones. Okay, so I'm purposely going to go to sell your course. And it's going to give me, you must first create course content before viewing this lesson. Please purchase the course before starting the lesson. So it gives you gates and warnings and nice upsells if you stumble upon something you have to pay for. Oh, so let's go to create course content. Okay. I have to complete this before viewing this lesson. Awesome. So I've created these nice cascading rules, so I have to start at the beginning, and I gotta pay for it before I get it. Oh, where would I find this if I didn't go to the courses button? And I just click on shop. Oh, there's courses you can buy. So I don't already know sell your course, I've just read it as an upsell. So let's look at this one. And I think I put something like, prerequisite for sell your course lesson. So let's go add to cart. If you haven't used WooCommerce or you don't know about it, I'll just go quickly and check out. By the way, news for you guys. The WooCommerce Stripe plugin is now free. As of a while ago, I think.
Today or yesterday?
Really? Oh, they must have started hitting us that bought it before, and they said your renewals are always free. And I'm like, thanks, you got my $79. But
what is free?
The WooCommerce Stripe plugin. Stripe is
Payment gateway.
a payment gateway that is
So much
awesome and so much easier for developers and your customers than PayPal or Authorize.net. This is my opinion. I firmly believe it though. Who else shares the opinion that Stripe is better for you and your customers? Okay, at least half of them. Who doesn't know what Stripe is? Awesome. Okay, so good. Now, granted, some customers are going to insist on authorizing PayPal, and if they already have those established for years, you're going to use them. If you have a new customer, Stripe is going to make it super easy because you just create an account, you tie it in with your checking account, and you 2-day rolling deposits into your bank account automatically without me having to go beg PayPal for the money. And beg, I have to go manually do things and remember and check it all the time. Like, who has time for that? I'm like, oh, there's a deposit. That's a better feeling. And there's a button, there's a public and private key for test mode and live mode, and there's a button to put it in test mode on your dev site, there's a button to put it in live mode on your live site. We're doing nothing else. Awesome. So, let's see what it looks like. Hey, let's buy stuff. Alright.
Now you know your number.
On my website.
Stop looking out the
No,
morning.
match is found. Oh, did I not set up?
Initially, I was thinking about security and the Symphony level, PHP bundle. If I something like that, could I use my login Symphony to that over this log in again? It's supposed to be PHP.
I think on our last lesson we did something. I'm going to get a reject here. Trust me that it works. I just don't want to know it's not taking US.
Yeah, you can switch back to admin down there and then just take a look.
What's that?
Down there is a link for you to switch back to administrator. All the way down. There, let's see.
Oh yeah.
And then just
I must have some setting that's not there, so I was going to buy it as a student. But you get the idea. You buy the course. What did we do last time? Do you remember? We did something to turn the yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You have to.
Let's sell to the United States. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Come on. My autofill is really not working for me right at the moment. There, now we can sell to that. Now I can buy it as a student, and you get the idea. You buy it, you take courseware, you take a quiz, you get the thing, and if you have a nice add-on, you can get a nice certificate at the end of it. I kept it for 30 minutes. That's awesome.
Can we see what that looks like? The certificate? Do you have an example?
I don't have it here, but we can easily go look at an example on the Sensei. Yeah, there's Sensei extensions, certificates.
It's free now.
Oh, well there you go. Hey, why don't we add it? Well, I don't want to add the card if you want that. So I would probably make it look nicer than that, but how to play the card. And Johnson tasks how to play the card.
On down it says customize.
Yeah. So there's a sample certificate and you build it with like date and fonts and all sorts of drop down menus. Awesome. Put your little certificate thing, you put your obviously your business logo, whatever you want. It would use the featured image probably from the course. Yeah, see certificate image, no certificate image. Yeah, pretty nice.
So you could add like, make it pretty, what do we call that scrolling? It's called something on the website. Yeah, that's the word.
Wow. Hold it right out. Nice, Robert. Filigree.
Would they allow that to do that?
Wow, all these are free except for,
Content drip.
except badges and content drip.
Yeah, content drip is cool.
Content drip is cool. Also, it integrates with BuddyPress, and that's also a free one. So, that's really neat. Like, you can have a discussion forum about your course. Rather than just reviews, which is built into WooCommerce, and you can actually have, like, an ongoing dialogue, a forum as part of your course. So, a lot of times when we were doing online learning, one of the big challenges, you want interaction with a teacher. They would have office hours. You could also build in a gated manner to only the people that have paid for the course, links to the teacher information, and maybe that can be a Skype link. And the Skype link is, available only after if you use content drip, you could drip that out only after the second week of the course or something. Now I have office hours Wednesday and Friday from 3 to 5 Pacific time. And there's a video link. So, there's a lot of possibilities of how to. So questions about Sensei? Yes.
What's the content?
It allows you to at fixed intervals after you start your course to deliver other parts of the course.
Something about the email. My concern was that the out of the box emails for Sensei were pretty limited. I guess something else that should bring people back to the
Well, the drip will email them. It doesn't email when new content's available if you're signed up for the course. So if you have a new course lesson, say you're doing a lesson but you're only doing one a week, you'll email, hey, your course is up. You need to complete this by Friday. That allows you to do kind of a semester-based kind of learning, right? So you've got a week of this and you've got a week of that. You have to complete this coursework in a week to have the test done before Monday when the next course does, or else you fail that class. Fail that quiz. So there's ways to do that to mirror place-based education to allow them to either mirror their place-based with their online or to augment it. And, there is something called follow-up email. I think they call it follow-up now. And that does work with custom post types, and it does work with, purchase triggers and times after purchase. So you can do anything. You say like, when someone buys this in a week, remind them that you have to complete your course in 2 weeks to get your certificate or whatever. So you could tie in the follow-up email to notify based on purchase criteria. I don't know if it worked for free courses.
That's part of the WooCommerce.
That's WooCommerce follow-up. I think it's called WooCommerce. Yeah, it used to be called follow-up emails, but they changed it to follow-up because it actually does Twitter too, and they're probably adding Facebook to it, which is really awesome. So you can send notifications out like, we use it for product updates. So we have this, ticket software that we have a freemium model. We have sell online tickets using open tickets and you can buy extensions. And when someone buys an extension, we remind them after a couple of days, like, remember to do these 3 things to make sure you set yourself up, and it reduces our customer service by, follow-up to that.
This plugin.
I'm sorry?
This plugin you're using?
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. It can also go to Twitter too.
Does this make sense for like an instructional manual only? Or is this open?
It depends on what your instructional manual. If it's a
kind of like an interactive slideshow type presentation.
I think it'd be great for that because it depends on what you want to do with it. If you're just doing that, you might just make pages if you're not charging for it. But if you want to gauge people's understanding of the material, we're actually considering doing this to be a certified, so our software has been translated into 11 different countries, and it's hard because we don't know who really understands the core of that,
you say we, are you talking about Sensei?
No, my company.
Oh, okay.
So we have a piece of software, and we're considering using this tool, Sensei, to test people's knowledge of this if they want to become a reseller in another country of our software, right? If they want to be a partner and label me the partner in Brazil or, we're popular in Singapore, and for some reason we're really great in Germany. But I don't speak German, so we could quiz, and I don't think we quiz in English. But Sensei also, being I18N compliant, you can translate. Obviously, video you have to do in whatever language, but content can easily be translated using a Google Translator, Q-Translate, or WPML. So you could have coursework you develop, written coursework you developed, or a written manual. From personal experience, the challenges there are videos, because videos are in whatever language you record the video, and screenshots. So those can be, you might have to, depending on what your manual is, you might have to swap those out based on the language.
Especially putting out quality printing materials. Suppose you're starting to use this approach to put together a brochure. You'd be able to use this to have quality print as well?
Well, print materials, normally people think in terms of PDF, because if you're going to...
Oh, I see where you're going.
Right, you might, but if you're just doing a sale of a PDF, you could use just WooCommerce to sell the PDF.
Yeah, virtual product.
Right, just as a.
But again, there's an instructional video where I was looking at the screen, press here to,
And the advantage with this is you can do quizzes to make sure they're retaining the knowledge. So there's more interaction.
Can we go one step beyond that? Would I be able to create a PDF from the Sensei?
No, I don't think so, no. You can print anything as a PDF that you see in a browser, as long as you have a tool like Macs have it built in. So, you could print anything you see.
My content is dynamic, and if you're looking at the content today, here's a PDF.
You would have to create the PDF yourself and put that as a downloadable link in the content. But this won't create a PDF for you.
Okay, so it's the second step.
Yeah. Yeah, what I do in that case is I use Acrobat to create the PDF, which is different. That's a very nice printable thing for that manual. But the online stuff, you don't need to go in that detail, right? However, it depends on your model. If I'm buying a printer, I'm going to download the PDF. I'm not going to print the whole thing. I'm going to read the PDF. Right, the instructions. All I care about is the driver and the manual.
Exactly. And I like things that should be numbered.
Right, you can do that actually today and right in the PDF itself. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Sensei is of course in
Correct. That's what it does. But it doesn't actually create the course itself or the PDF from it.
Content comes from someplace else.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions on this?
Do you know, Mike, if,
Can you show us, making a quiz, like, as far as...
Oh, sure.
I was just curious what it looked like as far as doing the multiple choice and stuff.
Am I me again? Yeah. Okay, I'm admin again. So yeah, let's just go, I'll just take a course and we'll add some questions to it.
Just curious what it
Let's add one to how to play the guitar. Incredible guitar player, really good chance. So yeah, down in the course lessons, let's pick using the fretboard. I think it's an important part of playing guitar, actually. So there's like video and there's stuff up here, and they've got some questions down here. So you just click new question and existing questions. You can choose from existing questions and just pick one you want to add, right? Oh, let's make a new one. There we go. Let's type.
What kind of selection do you have?
Oh, God. Gap fill is like, think about it as Mad Libs.
What?
Mad Libs, gap fill. Like, the following is a blank, blah, blah, blah. That's a gap fill. There's single line, multi-line, and file upload. So let's do multiple choice. And add a right answer, which is Rosewood's good.
What does that mean?
That's a type of wood. Maple.
Oh, I see.
I know.
Recycled pallets.
Oh, I hit. That was bad fingers on the mouse. So I was going to put rosewood, maple, ebony, all the above. It doesn't matter because any good player can play any guitar. So recycled pallets. Right. I've seen them made with metal. It's real good, but boy. Okay, so that's how you do it. You just add questions. In your lesson, you just click add questions, and then once you have a pool of questions, you can choose from them, and any of these choices. So
no one's in the file upload, they just upload their own file. There'll be a place for them to,
yeah.
how that works.
Yeah, it's for explaining and guide teacher notes for grading this. So imagine you're the administrator, and you have the ability to add teachers and assign teachers to particular courses, right? So if I was building an online music school, I could have you teach guitar, I could teach drums, he could sing.
So the teachers are editors.
She's like, no.
I can dance.
Alright, we got a dancer. Yeah, teachers are a lesser powerful editor. They have the ability to edit their courses that you've assigned them to. And it's a custom user type that's added when you install Sensei. And customers are customers. There's no student type because they're either subscriber or customer. Subscriber if they just joined, and customer if they bought something.
Are there any other types of users?
Not built in, but with WordPress you can add user types. There's lots of plugins that say you can add different user. There's a nice plugin called user role. You've used that before. And it allows you to say, I'm going to make a role called Mike. And Mike can do anything, but he can't touch the WooCommerce store because he's not very good at customer service. And I can make one called Robert and say, Robert can do anything, but he never gets a sign trouble ticket. He does not want to do customer service. Stuff like that. So yeah, you can define your own roles, and then obviously, as long as within Sensei there are hooks and filters and functions, and those role things will say, what do you want this role to be able to do? So we do this a lot with our customers. We don't give customers permission to add editor. They can't do plugin updates. They can't do anything except their content. So they can't break anything. And we handle the updates of their software. Other question?
How does it connect with the product?
In the course itself, I should repeat the question if you can't hear it. So the question is, how does it connect? In the course itself, you have an option. So if I want to make Woo Themes 101 a chargeable course, I create a product in WooCommerce, and then once I've created a product, I can edit this course, and on the right side you associate as an option what comment. If it's not, it's free, and I can pick any product I want to sell that you have to buy before you can take the course. So normally what you do is name the product, the course name, give it a nice logo, and say, this is how to create an online course, it's $10. This is how to sell an online course, $20. This is how to SEO your online course, coming soon. Yes.
You talked about giving us passwords and stuff to play around with this. So that's the wcm.watchup.com, right?
Yep.
So what do you think?
I'll send on the meetup. I'll post all this tonight.
Okay, good.
I'll just add users can register. So you guys can register. It's a obscure site. If it becomes a problem, I'll put that on it. But you can register as a student. You can buy the course using the start checkout. I fixed it now, so you can actually buy it for the rest. And there's a code. Once you've done that, if you want, pop me an email and I can make you a teacher of a course so you can actually go and build your own course and stuff like that. Play with the software. So I find that the easiest is like just trying to put stuff in there and build it without spending $100 because it's a development environment. That's why, by the way, any plugin that you guys want reviewed, I can get a single license free version for our meetup. That's why I didn't spend $130. I asked Luis, give me Sensei because I'm going to show people. And if you try it, if you guys want to build a product on it, you'll buy it for your product.
Yeah, one really cool for that would be ShipStation. ShipStation is really cool.
Oh yeah? Oh, that would be a good one to cover, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ShipStation is awesome. So we have a customer who has a spices company, he's not here tonight, but, he has a very complex, well, not very, it's a pretty complex shipping model. And someone asked to show shipping tables, like, we can do ShipStation and shipping tables maybe in May. Like, cover shipping and, taxes and stuff like that. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Henry?
I have actually a client who is looking to build a system like where we have to upload the courses which could lead to videos.
You can put a video on the course.
Use Vimeo Pro.
Sorry?
Use Vimeo Pro.
Yeah, so like we do that, and then like after that we might also be effectively to build mobile apps, like for the content. So this plugin, how does that fit?
Well,
do we have an API which can read the data from this plugin?
well, no, but you've got actions and filters and hooks you can tie into, so you could actually create that. But I would suggest it's designed to be a responsive world, so you might consider a responsive theme instead of having to build a separate app for it. Or unless your app's going to roll up HTML. Like you can make an app which rolls up HTML, which is how a lot of them are done. So if you can either roll up the HTML in a wrapper in your app and just do the menus, and then the courseware is coming directly from WordPress anyway to your app. But you could just do a web app, which is just the responsive version of the site. Like this is the courseware. Here, let's look at this course.
So then that's just my original thing.
Well,
Yeah, with the REST API, you can do anything.
so this is, it's REST. WordPress is XML and REST. So this is the phone version. Oh, that's my repo. Oh yeah, I'm running it. I love that. Yeah, so it's responsive. I mean, everything that's one reason you use Canvas is you can even set the canvas. At what breakpoint do I want to go to responsive? And then you have that media settings that you can do in CSS. So I can say, replace this logo with this logo on mobile. And that's just CSS. You don't have
all
to
of this is one column.
Right. If you actually go to the over there. Yeah, go to this website on your phone tonight and look at it. It's for WooCommerce is built to be responsive automatically. So imagine this is the store. Here's my clothing department. Right? So then it goes down, it gets a little smaller, goes down to tablet, goes down to phone. And then the phone has that little press menu now. So I can go look at courses now. That's the phone version. It just automatically adjusts itself to the phone size. Called responsive programming. And, it's not even programming. We did nothing to do that. That's just the theme. I've done nothing to make it do tablet and mobile.
Two things. Russ said last night that that's in the next version of WordPress is coming on.
4.5.
There's a button you can click on it and it will shrink the page to iPad or cell phone or
And the customizer.
Yeah, in the customizer. It's pretty cool, so you can actually preview it yourself. I have this Chrome extension that does it, but I can ditch the Chrome extension and that's it.
There is something really cool that I use. It's called Browser Sync, that you can actually have multiple devices at the same time, and while you are working in one, all the other ones are refreshing, and you see on all of them at the same stuff. Browser Sync. Browser SYNC.
Yeah.
Sync.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, maybe one time we'll cover a bunch of extensions, but here's like just a little ruler you can use to size images. Here's a window resizer. So if I want to look at what it looks like on a crappy laptop like mine, or if I want to look on old computers.
And then the next thing, you said, for us to have for us when we go home in the future, continue buying.
Just pop me an email. Yeah, register. The only way to register, I'll turn on registration, so you can either register in WP Admin because you guys know where it is, or you can, buy the course using the Strike Pay card and pop me an email, I'll make it easier.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm in the final stages here. I'm trying, my goal is by the end of the month to make a decision whether I'm going to do Sensei or then course there.
Sure.
And then, start building the Sensei.
There is another one too, I think,
I
learn that.
learned this in a day, including all the admin stuff. And I'm not the brightest person in the room, trust me.
Yeah, it seems overwhelming.
It does. That's why it took me a day. Like, out of the box, it worked great, and then it took me a second, like, why can't I charge for it? And I had to find the button that says, enable WooCommerce, which was the funniest button. Like, it's from WooCommerce. It's WooCommerce Sensei, and I have to put the on button on WooCommerce in the settings. So I found out like, oh great, that saved me 45 minutes.
There is one very popular open source learning system called, I think, Moodle.
Yep.
But it's way more complicated than this.
That's if you're going to build an online university for a college.
Yeah.
And like even then, I have a acquaintance who is the director of WordPress for City University of New York, CUNY. They have 28 campuses. They're ditching other options to go towards something much simpler like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want his job as my point.
No, I know that, but he wants that.
Try running multi-site with 28 people with different departments and different IT departments, different marketing departments, and different that. Oh my God, the politics.
Yeah, one thing that I would suggest if you are creating your content, make sure that you copyright. So other people want, copy and resell your content, because that's the most valuable part of the course.
Absolutely.
Actually enter the content, making the videos and all that. And I have clients that made all that, and then someone else just got their content and duplicated the
It'll
site.
happen. I mean, that's what lawyers are for.
So how do you copy it?
There is actually you pay per page or something like that. I think it's like $15 or something like that. I can send you a link. That this lady, she was at the WordCamp Orlando, and she spoke a lot about this too.
It's a problem for, university courseware. Actually, what's interesting is ever since Khan University came along, there's been a lot of the free universities. There's been a lot of, because it's free, therefore the content is free, right? So it's pretty high quality stuff, isn't it? Oh yeah. Alright, great. Well let's stop there.